Hi everyone, welcome to Faithful Inspirations, where we share Bible-based stories to uplift and inspire your faith. We bring key biblical scenes to life through short animated clips that inspire faith and hope. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Bible-based stories. Under the scorching Egyptian sun, the Israelites toil, their bodies glistening with sweat as they drag massive stones. Each crack of the whip echoes the overseer's cruel commands, crushing any flicker of hope. Faces etched with exhaustion, they move with heavy hearts, their spirits weighed down by despair. The air vibrates with the sound of suffering, a desperate cry for freedom lingering over the land. The Red Sea parts, revealing a miraculous path of dry land. The Israelites cross their faces, reflecting hope as they march toward freedom. Egyptian soldiers pursue relentlessly, their bronze armor gleaming under the sunday. The last Israelites reach safety as the towering walls of water begin to tremble. With a deafening roar, the sea crashes back, engulfing the Egyptian soldiers and their chariots in a watery grave. Beneath the relentless sun, the desert stretches into infinity, an emblem of despair. Weariness etches itself onto the faces of the Israelites, a vivid display of their dwindling hope. Supplies diminish, casting a long shadow of doubt over their arduous journey. Whispers of discontent ripple through the ranks, threatening to unravel their unity. The desert wind carries with it not only sand but also the seeds of dissent. Beneath the scorching desert sun, the Israelite camp buzzes with rising discontent, desperation etched on every face. The relentless heat exacerbates their plight. Dwindling supplies of food and water push the camp to the edge of collapse. Murmurs of complaint intensify, threatening to erupt into outright rebellion. Amidst the growing chaos, Moses stands firm, his weary gaze fixed on the restless crowd. Despite his attempts to reassure them, the Israelites' patience wears thin, their hope fading under the desert's unforgiving glare. At the foot of Mount Sinai, Moses prepares for his ascent, leaving the earthly behind. He begins his solitary climb, each step a prayer. The towering Mount Sinai rises, its peak veiled in mist and mystery. The path narrows, the air thins, and the world below fades into insignificance. He continues his ascent, the mountain shrouded in an ethereal veil. On Mount Sinai's summit, a storm rages as lightning splits the sky. God descends in a fiery cloud, shaking the very ground. Moses kneels before the divine presence, his head bowed in utter reverence. The mountain trembles, resonating with the power of the Almighty. In awe, Moses remains prostrated, surrendering to God's infinite glory. In the dimly lit tent, Moses kneels in solemn prayer, his weathered hands outstretched in supplication. He clutches 2 stone tablets, their celestial glow casting an ethereal light upon his face. The stone pulses with otherworldly energy, a tangible manifestation of divine power. His face, etched with unwavering determination, reflects the weight of his sacred burden. In the heart of the desert camp, Aaron faces the anxious Israelites, his expression a mask of deep unease. With hands raised high, Aaron attempts to quell the rising tide of discontent, his voice a beacon in the sea of murmurs. A controversial solution hangs in the air. Aaron proposes forging an idol to appease their spiritual hunger during Moses' absence. A wave of fervent excitement sweeps through the crowd as the Israelites unite in eager agreement, their spiritual yearning ignited. Under the desert's relentless sun, the Israelites melt their jewelry. Shimmering gold flows like liquid fire, transforming into a golden calf. The golden calf gradually takes form, a symbol of their shifting devotion. A wave of euphoria washes over the crowd, their faces flushed with excitement. Wild dancing erupts as they celebrate the golden calf, their joy unrestrained. The desert camp pulses with joyous celebration around the newly formed idol. High atop Mount Sinai, Moses begins his descent, his face alight with divine radiance. The sacred tablets in his hands, Moses moves steadily downward, unaware of the sacrilege unfolding below. Distant sounds of drunken revelry rise to meet him, a stark contrast to the mountain's solemnity. Nearing the base, the source of the commotion becomes horrifyingly clear: a golden calf erected for worship. A throng of Israelites dances in drunken ecstasy around the idol, their faces flushed with unholy glee. Moses halts, his expression shifting from divine peace to thunderous disbelief at the betrayal before him. Across the stark desert camp, Moses appears, his face a study in fury and sorrow. Consumed by rage, Moses hurls the sacred tablets with devastating force. The tablets shatter upon impact, the sound of destruction echoing through the stunned camp. Fragments of stone scatter, symbols of faith now lying broken and scattered. The joyous revelry abruptly halts, replaced by a collective gasp of shock and dawning fear. The camp falls silent, the weight of Moses' actions sinking into the hearts of all present. Under the relentless desert sun, Moses surveys his people, his face a mask of disappointment. The crowd stands before Moses, heads bowed in collective shame, their bodies defeated. Moses' voice cuts through the silence. "Have you so quickly forgotten the God who delivered you from slavery?" His words hang in the air, a stark reminder of their forgotten deliverance. Under the relentless desert sun, Moses kneels, his face a canvas of worry and weariness. Unyielding, he lifts his gaze towards the heavens, a silent plea etched on his face. His voice, a mere whisper against the vastness, echoes with desperate hope. "They are but lost sheep, have mercy on them." The desert wind carries his solemn prayer across the barren landscape. Atop Mount Sinai, under the relentless sun, Moses labors with unwavering resolve. Each strike echoes with divine purpose as he shapes the tablets. Suddenly, a blinding light descends, signaling the arrival of God's ethereal presence. The air crackles with celestial energy, the very ground sanctified by the divine descent. God's hand moves with purpose, reinscribing the 10 Commandments onto the newly formed tablets. The commandments appear, etched in radiant light upon the stone. Under the scorching desert sun, Moses descends from the mountain, clutching the renewed tablets. He approaches the bustling camp of the Israelites, his face a mask of divine purpose. The sun beats down as Moses raises the tablets high, his voice resonating with authority. His voice echoes across the desert, sharing God's laws with the gathered crowd. He speaks of love, justice, and the vital importance of obedience, his words carrying the weight of divine command. In the heart of the desert night, families huddle around campfires, their faces bathed in the fire's gentle glow. Moses stands tall, his voice echoing through the stillness as he shares divine laws. A child's innocent query pierces the night. "Why did God give us these rules, Moses?" Moses responds, his words filled with love, "Because he loves us and he wants us to live well together."